All right, welcome back
So
to the bonus episode with Emma White. So this is going to be a little bit extra. And I've thought about this, about putting you on the spot and saying, give me some 5 top tips to put my teeth in today. But I think you've already given us enough on this podcast. So my question to you is, what is your biggest fuck up in your career? And
what? Taking the show out of the... taking that bloody spinning ring out of the context, out of the question. My biggest fuck up. I think... All right, I know I'm going to answer this. I believe that my weaknesses are also my superpowers, and my superpowers are also my weaknesses.
Okay, I like this.
So, my superpower is tenacity.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dog with a bone, don't let go.
Okay.
Keep on keeping on. The flip side of that is hanging on in there when it's time to let go.
Okay, I knew we'd get gold. So
Yeah.
not letting... Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there have been times when I have just been really determined that something's going to work, and actually it's a dead dog. And just needing to just let it go, move on.
How do you decide? Or are you still in this battle?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of ridiculous overconfidence versus delusion.
I'm going to go with superpower. I prefer that.
Let's go with superpower. Yeah. I think, what I do is I decide I'm going to do something, and then I look at and I see that someone else is doing it, and they could be like really, really super, super, super successful. I think, well, they've done it, so it's possible.
I love that. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And then there's other times where you have to just go, you know what, it might be possible, but they've got, this amount of funding behind them, or this amount of expertise supporting them, or, this community around them that I don't have, or whatever. And actually you're putting so much energy into this, and it's not reaching your goals for now. And actually you'd be better taking that energy and putting it in this direction. So that's where it becomes the weakness.
Right. So learning how to pivot when it's... And that's so, that's hard.
Yes.
Especially when you've got passion that is in there.
I've got bags of that.
I really relate to this at the moment, in that when I released the She Who Dares Wins clothing range, I was obsessed with having a clothing range, and I released it, and it was, it was a great success. And then I put it to bed because I was like, no, it's the other stuff that I want to focus on. I'm still coming back to it, and I'm releasing stuff soon.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, but I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know whether I should be pivoting. And how do we...
But you don't know until you try, and that's
Yeah.
the key thing, isn't it? And I think that's where the tenacity kicks in. Because I might think, okay, I'd love to write a book. Okay, I write
Yeah.
already, because you've read some of my articles. And I do bits of things for magazines and stuff as well. So, that's in there as well. But at the moment, I can't just go, well, I'm just going to write a book and just stop doing everything else that I'm doing and be like, I'm going to write a book. Because I also want to, I've got a new product range coming out soon, and I've got potentially another exciting project over here with development of my jewellery school, and I've got this going on over here. So, for me, it's tenacious, but also learning to focus as well. That's the bit that I struggle with.
That's really nice. I know that sounds awful, your biggest failure
nice to know.
is nice to know. No, I think a lot of people have the same things going on. I definitely do.
Yeah.
But you come across as someone that I wouldn't have guessed that, you keep going to the better end, and I think you need that skill. I think that skill is probably got you exactly where you are today.
I wouldn't still be in business if I wasn't as bloody minded.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I've had whole years that have just been ridiculous when you look at it at the end of the year, and I'm just like, but you know what? I'm still going.
Yeah.
I'm still there. I'm still trucking, and it's kind of working. It feels like it's getting to where if I look back at 5 years ago, I looked at where I was now, I think, wow, you've done good.
Yeah.
But where I am now, I'm just looking on to the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So, it's taking that bit of time and just, letting yourself just have that moment of you know what, you've done all right.
Yeah.
Done all right, pal.
Yeah. Are you someone that can enjoy the journey? Or are you always... I'm trying to learn this at the moment. I'm trying to not look at the achievements and the milestones, and I'm trying to just I know it's hard to enjoy every little moment. Is that something that you are able to do as well?
I would say I'm more forward focused
Right.
than enjoy the minute. Relaxation is an issue for me. I don't take much time off.
We have a yoga studio next door. Like I've been saying I've been going for weeks and I've not turned up.
Have
you
ever
have? No, I need to try.
I just can't shut my brain down. You know when they do that thing, they say lie down and empty your mind. It's like there is no emptying. As soon as one thing leaves, something else just jumps straight back in there. Yeah. But in a way, the jewellery making is quite mindful for me. So when I'm at the bench, because it's so technical and so skilled, you have no other option than to focus your mind on what you're doing.
Right.
So for me, it's a bit of a white noise thing. So everything else fades away. So part of what I love about what I do and the actual making process is that it just shuts down everything else, because my brain just never shuts up. I mean, I even dream about stuff I'm working on, you know? It just never ever stops. And it's like that about all the different parts of my life as well. So I'm thinking about my kids and thinking about like, oh, he's, you know, doing really well at that hobby, and we need to push this and we need to look at that, and you know, we need to do this, and we've got to get the in-laws over at the weekend, we do that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like constantly blah, 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 blah. And the only time it really, like, the noise just stops is when I sit down and I focus on making something, and that is just heaven for me. Just actually having an empty brain does not work, but replacing it with a focused task is where my peace lies.
I like it.
Yeah.
See, we didn't think we'd have a bonus episode, but there we go.
There we go.
Absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark.